Hi, my name is Jovan Amadeo, and this is we're doing this presentation together with my friend Ed Burnt. So the first three chapters I'm going to talk about and explain. Next.
Guys,
So the first two basic concepts of consumer behavior is marketing and what is consumer behavior. So marketing is the activity set of institutions and processes for creating, communicating, and delivering offerings that have value for customers, clients, partners, and society. And consumer behavior is as stated. Next. So, what is the marketing concept? So, there are three marketing concepts. The first one, production concept, which focuses on low prices. The second one, product concept, which focuses on how the quality, performance, and features of the product. And the next is the selling concept. Next. Uh, so, to have a marketing concept, you have to have these requirements. You have to have market segmentation, uh, target market. So these two are for for your market, and then market positioning for your products against competitors, and the last one is the four piece of marketing. Next. So the next topic is technology. So how has it affected business? So it makes it easier for consumers to shop and access information, entertainment, and customized product. And of course, businesses and programmers they use cookies, GPS, and other technologies that can further target you better for the business. So that leads us to the next topic of cross-screen marketing, which is specific tracking and targeting. So this is what businesses do a lot these days. Next. So what is value, satisfaction, and retention for consumers? So value is what a consumer pays for the benefits of the product that they bought. And then satisfaction is the perceived value. It may be relative and subjective. And of course, the last one is retention is how the businesses keep the consumers to be loyal or have repeat orders. Uh, Next topic is social responsibility. So this is very trendy now because it affects the global warming, how the company protects the environment, and also marketing ethics and CSR. These goals they may be incorporated into the mission statement, and this of course improves the image among stakeholders. Next. So moving on to the next chapter is behavioral data for consumers. So this can be broken down into two, the quantitative factors and the cognitive factors, and can be broken down even more into for the quantitative factors. The first one is consumer intrinsic, which is based on demographics, and the other one is consumption based, which is the buying behavior of the consumers. And for cognitive, it can be broken down into consumer intrinsic too, which is it's the same, the personality, background, and culture. And the next one is the consumption specific, which is about attitudes and preferences. So the most simple segmentation for the market is demographics. So of course there's age, gender, marital status, household type, and size. And the next three are incorporated because they are income, wealth, and occupation. And of course their geographic location. So this is the most simple one and the most logical one, and it's also the most cost effective. Next. The next one is psychographics, which measures all of those stuff, and it includes their lifestyle, including activities, interests, and opinions. Next. Back to the topic of technology, we have something called real-time bidding now. So this is how a company targets the user so well that it reaches the right user at the right place and at the right time. So this also lets programmers charge businesses for the impressions that they can reach. So an impression is basically when a piece of advertising or marketing reaches the consumer. Next. Consumer motivation process is also a topic that is discussed in this chapter. So you have all of those stuff: unfulfilled wants and needs, tension, driver behavior, and goal or need fulfillment. Next. So what are goals and needs? So goals are usually more generic and product specific, while needs are biogenic, psychogenic, and that means that everyone needs it. So this is also related to the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You have the self-actualization at the top, ego needs, social needs, safety and security needs, and then the first one is the physiological needs. Next. That's it for me.
Okay, so my name is Edward, and I'll be discussing chapter 4, which is consumer perception and positioning. So perception, what is perception? It is the process by which individuals select, organize, and interpret information into meaningful and coherent picture of the world. It can be described as how we see the world around us. To understand how perception shapes sensory input and subsequent consumer behavior, we need to understand the immediate and direct response of the sensory organs to stimuli, units of input to the senses as captured by the sensory receptors. So the sensory input is basically broken down into 5 parts, which are sight, scent, touch, sound, taste, and impact on culture. Moving on, we'll be talking about product placement. So product placement is a form of promotion where marketers disguise promotional cues by integrating products into TV shows, films, or other entertainment content, or building entertainment content around products itself. Then there are intrinsic and extrinsic cues, which are signals or signs. So intrinsic is our physical characteristics of the product, while extrinsic are not inherent in the product. Next is perceptual interpretation. It comes with stereotyping and triggers. The triggers are physical appearance, descriptive terms, first impressions, and halo effect. Next is the perceived value, reference price, price quality relationship, positioning, image, and quality. So how do consumers handle risk? Well, they look at a few things, which is the information, the brand loyalty, the store image, and the price quality relationship. And finally is the positioning. It is the process by which a company creates a distinct image and identity for its products, services, or brands in consumers' minds. And finally, chapter 5 is consumer learning. Learning, it consists of 4 elements: motives, cues or signals, responses, and reinforcement, which is emphasis as well. And then applications of classical conditioning comes with associative learning, need for repetition, advertising wear out, 3-hit theory, stimulus generalization, stimulus discrimination. So what is stimulus generalization? Stimulus generalization is product line extensions, product from extensions, family branding, licensing. And what is stimulus discrimination? Stimulus discrimination is brand differentiation. Market leaders want consumers to distinguish between products and imitators. Relevant, meaningful, valuable differentiation. That is stimulus discrimination. And then we have incentivized advertising. It provides consumers with rewards for watching ads. Sometimes you see it in maybe phone games or whatever site you are on. You get rewards for watching ads. And then, but consumers may try to avoid ads, which is the bad thing about incentivized advertising. However, some will do it anyway. And then there's reinforcement schedules. There is continuous reinforcement schedules, fixed ratio reinforcement schedules, variable ratio reinforcement schedules. And then we have extinction and forgetting. Extinction occurs when a learned response is no longer reinforced and the link between the stimulus and the expected reward is limited. Forgetting is the point at which the link between the stimulus and the expected reward ceases to exist. Customer satisfaction and retention. Satisfaction and repeat patronage, frequent shopper programs and shaping. Then we have observational learning, also known as modeling. Observational learning occurs when people observe and later imitate observed behavior. To understand how consumers process information, we have something called a sensory store, a location in the brain where the sensory input lasts for just a second or two. If it is not processed immediately, it is lost. We have information processing, storing information, sensory store, short-term storage, long-term storage. And we also have rehearsal, which comes with encoding and information overload, and retention, chunking, retrieval. Information overload is a situation that occurs when consumers receive too much information and find it difficult to encode and store it. And finally, retaining information is brand imprinting, sound symbolism, and linguistic characteristic. So thank you. That is all for our video.